Maureen, based on what I just said and the information we have now, what is your sense? How does the investigation go from here? And we find out what was his motive, who is he, and why he allegedly was stalking former President Trump to shoot him.
Thanks for having me. With regard to motive, I think it goes back to, what we used to call the Billy Bad Boy motive, which is he just wants to be seen as a big tough guy when in fact he knows he's not. The indications to me with regard to the ceramic ballistic plates within two backpacks tell me that he was going to put one on the front and one on the back, and that was going to be his way to escape from that location after he were to shoot President Trump. Also, with regard to security, I own my own company. Security is a two-way street, and although it seems, an unpopular opinion, he's right off the freeway there. I mean, at some point you have to tell President Trump, you can't golf here. You can golf maybe some other holes or maybe a different area or whatever, but this is an impossible situation until such a time that your security gets ramped up to a level that would facilitate that.
That's a good point in the sense that, we kind of take it for granted or try to that the Secret Service is so professional and the agency is that they can protect anyone. But there are times, you just pointed it out, that sometimes it could be the best efforts may not succeed. I mean, of course, there are the questions. Why wasn't the street closed? Well, it's because he's not the sitting president, we're told, by the Palm Beach County Sheriff. Why weren't more officers out there or agents? Well, it's a matter of manpower. I mean, there are some of those realistic, real-world restraints that the Secret Service has.
And I remember being a young mother when Obama was in office, and the whole west side of L.A., where I live, would get shut down. And I mean locked down, 12 times a year when he would come here for fundraisers, or even all the presidents come here for fundraisers, as you well know. So should everyone in that area be inconvenienced because someone wants to play around a golf? I don't know. I mean, these are conversations to have. But with my clients, oftentimes I have these conversations with them saying, I understand you want all this, you want coverage, you want us to be able to see you want cameras set up everywhere, but you don't want them on the interior of your house, let's say. But certain times when someone does break in, we need to have those cameras on the inside so that we can relay that information to law enforcement if they in fact respond to a situation. The same holds true for, there are some places of worship that really don't want any cameras on the interior of that church or synagogue. And in that instance, we have to tell them too that oftentimes, if there is a law enforcement response, we really need to be able to see in there. So these conversations with clients or with, your protectees they can be difficult, but they have to be done. And I just want to give a shout out to the Eagle Eye Secret Service agent. That was outstanding work by the sheriff's deputy that pulled that person over. And when you consider that sheriff's deputy was pulling that guy over, knowing he was armed, probably ready to use it, and could potentially have been crazy. Just the amount of bravery involved in that traffic stop should just stop us in our tracks.
There've been a lot of questions about the past assassination and the Secret Service and police preparedness, but man, we have to have our hats off and salute the Secret Service advance team agent who saw, what are the chances of seeing a muzzle in the bushes in a chain link fence? That's like almost impossible. And of course, as you point out, the sheriff's deputy who pulled over that car, knowing that this suspect could have been armed. Maureen O'Connell, thank you. Go ahead.
You're welcome.
Oh, you wanted to add something? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, working gangs and doing warrants in rough neighborhoods my whole career, I can tell you that they were looking for more than just a muzzle. You're looking for shadows, you're looking for movements, you're looking for change in lighting, you're looking for the absence of normalcy. There's all kinds of things going through your head, and it all falls under the umbrella of keeping your head on a swivel.
Hats off. Thank you, agent, whoever you are. I hope we will find out at some point. The president is safe. He is in good spirits, we're told. Maureen O'Connell, thank you. Our Fox News coverage of this second attempted assassination of former President Trump continues right after this.